because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super far left, but don't tell me the left
or maybe the super far right. Well, he's talking about the left. Well, then
okay, but we talked about that. I mean,
Patrick Bet-David and Dan Bongino shred the woke victim mentality on the PBD podcast as they react to Bill Maher being called out on The View for his comments on the term woke, and even Bill Maher agrees that wokeism is just utter trash and is just victimizing yourself. And Dan Bongino explains why the left literally needs victims to stay in power. Let's jump in, folks.
Bill Maher's on The View, right? There's a couple clips that we have. I want to first play this one. Which one do you have? Do you have only one of them, or do you have a couple of them?
I only have the one. This is where they debate the term woke.
Is this where he goes off?
How long is this one here, Rob?
It's 5 minutes, but we can stop it. They get right into it right off the bat.
Okay, go for it. Play the clip.
Well, I had a different question, but it struck me that in the first segment you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything. And I know that you're...
no, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected. Yeah. So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized. And so I was surprised to hear you use the term, because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do migrate. Now, I'll use any term you want.
Okay.
Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super far left, but don't tell me the left
or maybe the super far right. Well, he's talking about the left. Well, then
okay, but we talked about that. I mean, I think we agree about the danger of the super far right, and I can't say it enough. I think they're the bigger threat. But don't tell me that the left hasn't changed. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when it was the conservatives who hated the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dead silence because they're not
joke.
Too
dark. Too dark.
Well, maybe it is, but it's true. I mean, if I had any doubt that I was right about the change that's happened in the left, watching people protest for a terrorist organization like Hamas, that straightened me up pretty quick.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that, because I think you're almost a free speech absolutist. You believe totally in the right to say what you believe. But I think a lot of us were disturbed to see terrorist flags being waved on American college campuses, and seeing this a generation that some I think genuinely care about the plight of the Palestinians. I think most Americans do, but some who seem to be embracing a terrorist organization over the nation of Israel. What do you make of this moment? What do you think it's a result of? How do we fix it?
Well, I mean, it's just astounding to me that they can't tell the good guys from the bad guys. I mean, just morally. I mean, let me tell you, if you're for Hamas, just live in Gaza for a day. And I'm not talking about while the war is on. I mean, before the war. Trust me, you would go running and screaming and begging to live in Tel Aviv, a place that has your values. I mean, women have this is a show watched by a lot of women. Women have no rights in this place, and a lot of majority Muslim countries around the world. I mean, there is no equal rights as far as speech, dress, opportunities for education, reproductive rights, freedom from sexual violence, freedom from sexual harassment.
The LGBTQ community.
You that too. But you throw around the term apartheid. There is a gender apartheid in a lot of the world, where women are second-class citizens at best.
Are you at all concerned about the innocent?
Bill Maher may still have Trump derangement syndrome, but at least he can recognize how evil woke is, because he's old enough to remember when the Democrat Party was completely something else, and now they're supporting people who wave terrorist flags on college campuses in America. It's insane, but anyone with half a brain can see what's going on. I mean, wokeism literally destroys everything, and that's why the right was able to take the word and turn it into something else, because all you have to do is match it to the results that it produces. It's very easy. I mean, you can let me know in the comments whether you agree or not with how that word got moved over. That's what I think. It's like you just kept attaching it to everything that was on fire, burning, getting destroyed. It's like, oh, wokeism equals this? Yeah, nah, I'm good, right? Leave a like if you're enjoying the video, and let's get back in.
Dan, what are you thinking?
Well, first, everybody gets trapped into this woke trap. I see it now on the left. The left is always like, well, define what woke is, and they try to put these folks on the right in a box. And I say pretty simply, it's basically the idea that this white male patriarchy is the source of all power, and that knowledge is therefore seeded from that. So you should question everything. But it goes back to what you and I discussed before. There's a reason they do that, and the left needs a reason to challenge anything objective that challenges their worldview. You will get all of your values from the government. So anything you know to be true, if you're a man of faith, that there's a God, that a man's, a woman, that there should be a father and a mother at home, things you know by nature to be true, the left challenges it. So they make up this lie that there's this white male patriarchy, which is this kind of amorphous blob. And this patriarchy is the source of power, and knowledge is a construct of that. So any knowledge you have, like 2 + 2 = 4, is to be challenged because it came from this patriarchy. And that's why you get things like the war on math. This, again, none of this stuff is accidental. So when he's talking about woke and the evolution of woke, he's not kidding, because the liberals have this problem now. The liberals never get you to vote for them, okay? They don't. Just look at their... Nobody runs on liberalism. No one. I mean on hardcore liberals. I'm not talking about Democratic stuff. Nobody runs on like, hey man, cops are really terrible. They don't put that on the campaign sign. They believe it, the far left. Sure. Right? Nobody runs on like a government bureaucrat should tell you when to get your heart cracked open. And nobody runs on, I want 90% tax rates. They don't. Matter of fact, when Bernie Sanders tried to run on it, that's how we got Joe Biden, because they wanted to get rid of him. So what do? The left doesn't get you to vote for them. They get you to vote against the other guy. So that's why the racist cudgel's been so valuable to them for so long. Don't vote for Dan Bongino, Vincent, or Tom, or anyone else. You guys are all racist.
Racist.
And it worked. Yep. The problem now is the democratization of media. People see through the bullshit. They can just go to Twitter or Truth or anywhere else and see videos of us talking. They're like, that guy don't sound racist to me. Matter of fact, he's talking about courting the black vote. So what Bill Maher's getting at, to sum this thing up, is he's like, woke has evolved because the liberals had to create new victims that aren't there.
Dan Bongino hit it right on exactly on the head. I mean, everything they do, you're someone's oppressing you for this. You're a victim of this. Like, no one runs oh, the Democratic Party is going to make my life so much better by doing all these things. No, that's not the message they push. I'm sorry. For the last 10 years, it's been Trump is Hitler. Trump is hate. It's always someone's going to take your stuff away. Always someone's hating you. Someone's oppressing you. And that's what it is. The left is complete victimhood. And all the while people are voting for them, and they don't even realize what they're voting for, because they've been convinced to vote against something else. And then it wind up like, whoa, wait. Like, what do you mean the laws are like this and that? What do you mean, you're letting adults mingle around with kids in bad ways? Like, whoa. Like, we didn't sign up for this. Well, yeah, you did. You just weren't paying attention. And that's the strategy of the left. Lie, deceive, deflect, and run in fear. I mean, you see it all in the liberal media. They tell you, they just fear. That's what was CNN, all Trump, COVID, everything, even before that. Fear. That is what they do. And now I think it's just finally worn off. And yeah, with the internet and everything else, people can just finally see through it, make up their own mind, be like, yeah, I'm not buying into that. But let me know what you think about what Dan Bongino had to have, and what you think about how crazy the left liberalism is. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.